Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or watching this channel for the very first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform we discuss everyday issues, but also we try to find logical solutions. But everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called uncommon sense. And I see someone already started the chat. And it is my dear friend, Gigi. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. And of course, I need to remind everybody that she has her own platforms um, where she produces quality content. Also, she does a podcast with Multi called Tea with Multi and Me. So I'm going to ask you to please check out her content. Now, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from day one or just recently. Thank you very much for all the love and support that you have given me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Gigi, you're quite welcome. Okay. Now, before we get into tonight's topic, I'm going to be talking a little bit in regards what's going to be the main topic for Sunday's show. It's going to be a continuation of the topic regarding where did the baby was did it wrong. So what I'm doing is I'm discussing the mistakes, the flops, the errors where us baby boomers did not do such a great job, particularly when it comes to the younger generation. So it's going to be a frank discussion regarding where we missed the ball when it comes to the younger generations and what can we do to address it, make amends to the mistakes that we made, and try to do better for the younger generations. Because the reality is this: whether we may not like it or not, the time is coming, and for many of us, the time is already here that we have to pass the baton to the younger generation, and we have to allow the younger generation to do what they need to do. They're going to make their mistakes like everybody else, but they're going to learn from their mistakes. And it's going to be a frank discussion. I have asked Denise Gonzalez to come to share her point of view regarding the situation. So, and actually, um, it was partially inspired by previous streams that were done with both the Radical Latino and Denise Gonzalez. Okay. So on 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. For me, it's a little bit late because I usually don't do a stream that late. However, it is an important topic, and I'm going to do something that I usually don't do. I'm going to allow people to, after the stream is over, if they want to, they can share the content because I want this message to be spread to all, both the baby boomers and the younger generations, that we can admit that we have made mistakes and that we're going to do better, not just for the younger generations, but for ourselves as well. Because I believe in taking accountability for my actions. Okay. Now, I just also want to make it clear that this stream is going to probably last anywhere from about maybe an hour to 90 minutes. Um, I'm touched with it because I just want to stick with the topic discuss. Okay. And hopefully we'll have some participation from the audience. That being said, what we're going to do is we're going to get into the main topic. Now, as you can see by the thumbnail, the topic for tonight is why they accept accountability for their actions. Now, let me just state a disclaimer. Okay. First of all, here we're not going to be talking about any particular individuals. Okay. I'm sure we do know people that don't believe in taking accountability for their actions. But here we're not going to be naming names. I mean, I think it's suffice to say we know who all those individuals are. So, and the whole purpose of this is not just to play the accusing angel, is to discuss a topic, which is why can't they accept accountability for their actions? Now, one thing I believe that's true, that in our daily walks of life, whether it be within our families, within our friends, within our work environment, school environment, neighborhoods, within our circles, we have individuals that for whatever reason have an issue taking accountability for people's actions. Okay. And unfortunately, for some people, accountability is like kryptonite. Another thing we're not going to do is we're not going to state all women are unable to take accountability. Because first of all, that's not an accurate statement. Okay. Now, I do know that the social media loves to portray women as not being responsible, not taking account for their own actions. And again, I know it sounds simplistic, but the reality is this. There is good and bad in every community. That's something that I've been saying for quite some time, and I will continue to say that. Okay. There are good people in every community. There are bad people in every community. So I don't believe in condemning a whole community because of actions of a few. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. If anyone wishes to join the panel, they may do so. What I will ask the following be done. One person speak at a time, please. Yes, I agree. Okay. If you're going to cloud watch, at least hit the like. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. It's not like you hit up cash out. Okay. So thank you, Gigi. Now, as I was saying, there is a problem that we're facing in every community, in every ethnic group, any social group, that you're going to have people who, for reasons why, they are not able to take accountability. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Gigi, I understand. I understand that you're not able to come out this early. That's why I said that you can catch it on the playback. Okay. Sunday stream, I will be live at 9:30. So hopefully If you're not busy on Sunday, you can make your presence felt. If not, I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share an article uh, by a. Okay, now if I mispronounce these people's names, please don't crucify me. The name of the person is Negami Mickey. Okay, and it was published on April the 7th, 2015. Okay. Have you ever been frustrated about people who just don't take accountability? Unfortunately, telling people that they need to take accountability doesn't build their sense of accountability. Having seen many examples of this and times being one of those people, here are a few reasons I believe contribute to people not taking accountability. Okay, so let's hear those reasons. Number one, they're not clear. However, we think the position descriptions and the KPIs are for the role of overall communication with them. Knowledge work has ambiguity and it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what people are accountable for. With matrix structures and cross-functional work, makes it even more difficult to be clear which part they are responsible for. Number two, they don't feel they have the authority. Being given accountability without positional authority is challenging. It requires people to step into influences without authority, such as in the case of delivering an outcome through cross functional collaborations with peers. Some are skilled at leading without authority, but many are not, so they feel that their hands are tied unless they receive support from high authority. Interesting. Number three, they're scared. I heard about unwritten rule in a team where success has 1,000 parents, failure is an orphan. Most people try to avoid the stick that, that move towards the carrot in a carrot and stick environment. Many corporate environments, according to David Rock, where there's an environment of punishing mistakes, people are less willing to be open about mistakes, take accountability to fix them, and learn from them. Interesting. Number four, they're not confident. When people don't feel that they're going to succeed, they don't feel that they're going to get support. It's too risky to take accountability. Some people take accountability despite the scary environment because they feel confident within themselves that whatever happens, they can deal with it. Number five, they don't care enough. When people are disengaged and don't care about their work, colleagues or the organization, why would they take accountability? And we have Irby in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. And for the benefit of those who are just tuning in, tonight's topic is why can't they accept accountability for their actions? People who are engaged will at least have the willingness to take accountability, even if they are unclear, fearful, or not confident. Okay. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. I just started. So you know what? Don't worry about it. Everyone has busy lives. You have a busy life. I have a busy life. Okay. Number six, they don't realize how important they are. Some people may be disconnected with the purpose of what they do and not realize how important their role is as part of delivering an outcome for customers and the business. When they realize what impact their role has on others and ultimate outcomes for customers and and the business, they may realize that if they let others down, if they don't take accountability for their part. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the link is there, Irby, if you wish to pop in. Okay. Number 7, they don't see others, especially leaders, moderating accountability. They say their own or other leaders being defensive or blame responsibility for mistakes, or they see leaders taking credit for successes with others contributing. It is not only them motivating, but those discourages taking accountability. When leaders take difficult feedback on the chin, stand up and apologize for an issue, even if it wasn't entirely in their control, people feel more inspired to do the same. Okay. Okay. So here's an interesting question. What do you do to enable people to take accountability? Okay. Again, if I mispronounce this person's name, please don't shoot me. Beguma Miki is a leadership and cultural specialist with practical keys to unlocking the dormant potential within individuals and organizations. She expands leaders' mindset and skill sets to inspire teams to perform at their best through training, coaching, and presentations designed to raise awareness and make adaptations to everyday leadership. Okay, so what we have here is some reasons why some people they don't take accountability for their actions. Some of them is out of fear, others are uncertain. Um, they may lack the authority to act. Also, they don't see. Sometimes they don't see their leaders or people that state that accountability for their actions. Okay, so one thing that you can do to inspire people to take accountability for your actions is you take accountability for your actions. Okay. And what does that mean? That means instead of putting the blame on others, you acknowledge the fact that when you mess up, okay? Now, I have a saying, it's not good English, but it does illustrate the point, and it also illustrates what is the topic for tonight. When you mess up, fess up. In other words, on those occasions when you made a mistake and you zig when you should have zag, to you acknowledge the fact that you made the mistakes and you are determined. Okay, I don't want to say per se because I don't first of all because okay it's I what we can say I can say it's the following. We have certain individuals that we know of. Whenever anything goes wrong, they love to pass the buck to someone else. They love to pass the responsibility to another person. Oh, it's my boss's fault. Oh, it's my parents' fault. Oh, it's my children's fault. Oh, it's my neighbor's fault. Oh, it's my significant other's fault. So basically, passing the buck to everybody but themselves. Okay, so those are the type of people that don't like to take accountability. And let me make this perfectly clear. Both males and females are guilty. Okay? Let me repeat this. Both males and females are guilty of this, of not taking accountability. Okay? And I'm going to keep it a book. I have done the same thing in my much younger days. Okay? However, a sign of maturity, a sign of integrity, a sign that you're going to inspire others to take accountability for their actions, their misdeeds, is when you do it yourself. When you can say, you know what? I did this. It was my fault. I cannot blame anyone. It is my responsibility. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to own up to it. I'm going to acknowledge that I made mistakes, and I'm going to try to learn from my mistakes and not to repeat them. Okay. And that's, yeah, you know what? That's true. I mean, Irby is making an interesting point because there's 6 people in this chat and only 3 likes. Okay. Now, again, I don't want to sound, whiny, but it doesn't hurt for you to give a like. It doesn't hurt. And it does help my algorithm. Okay. And I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. And you should, and what I'm going to do tonight, if anyone wants to share this stream, by all means do so, because what I'm going to be discussing tonight and what I'm going to be discussing on Sunday are 2 very important topics. So I want the information to be made known to as many people as possible. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share another article. It's on a website called Pareto Labs, and it was written on October 12th, 2021. And the name of the article is How to Identify a Lack of Accountability in Your Team and What to Do. So this is more like a work environment. I'm sure those of us who are working know what it is when we are all doing our jobs and we're all doing what we need to do as far as making sure that the work gets done. And there's always like 1 or 2 people who don't pull their weight for whatever reason. So let me just read to you this article, and then we'll talk about it. Picture this. It's time for your weekly team meeting, and only half of your employees are there. You get started anyway, only 2 more employees to pop in 5 minutes late. As you continue, yet another employee strolls in. It's disruptive to you and your entire team, making your meeting drag on longer than usual. In a workplace like this, it's unlikely being late to meetings is the only problem. Chances are that you got missed deadlines, poor efficiency, and low productivity too. All these issues stem from one key workplace problem: lack of accountability. In a team that lacks accountability, work is subpar and often late. No one takes responsibility for their actions, leading to poor outcomes across the board. To help you identify and address a lack of accountability on your team, we created this complete guide, which we'll talk about accountability means as work, their problems are a lack of accountability causes, and how to address these problems on your team. Now, we're going to talk about how accountability means at work. In a work environment, accountability means taking ownership of a project, deliverable, or process. The person accountable for the task presents and justifies the results and faces the consequences if the deliverer is not up to par. Being accountable at work also means you understand that other people are dependent on your work. You're part of a larger team working towards a common goal. When there's a lack of accountability on your team, employees often become self-centered and self-serving. They can lose sight of what best for the company, leading to significant issues with workplace processes. Okay. Now, before I let my guest in, and I'm going to ask that person to please cam up. Um, the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host or the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host or this channel is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people might hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to begin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good evening, Don Armando.
Yeah, I'm in an undisclosed location, but other than that, I'm actually good down here. So I could actually feel that certain people they have a lack of accountability on all forms. Because if you actually look
Mhm.
at certain individuals who I'm not going to mention because I'm not going to promote them, but they have a lack of accountability when they're wrong, when they mess up, and then most of the time for their lack of accountability, they just want to talk over you and act like they're the bigger man and stuff. When the fact is, they're not alphas at all. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out, Future is golden. Hey, what up,
Yes.
Herbie Fit?
Good evening. I believe if you, yeah, I believe
What up,
Future
Golden
is
Dottie?
having a stream tonight at 9:30, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not. So I'm just gonna be
Actually, I was
spearhead.
inspired. Okay.
I was saying that I could say where I'm at has better connection than my crib. So ain't no music blasting or anything yet. So it's like at my undisclosed location, I actually feel at peace at here.
Okay.
Just dogs barking. That's it.
Mhm. Okay. Well, to be perfectly honest, first of all, let me just say that Future and so does Don Armando. So I'm going to ask you to please check out their content. Now, I was inspired um, by previous streams where you have certain individuals that had an issue on accountability for their actions. So I decided to have this little stream for tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. So I mean, look, we have seen it before in our personal
Hmm.
lives, in our professional careers. We've seen it in our circles where you
Right.
have certain individuals that, for whatever reason, they cannot accept when they screw up and they try to pass the buck on other people. Do you ever experienced those type of individuals in your life?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, imagine that
Mhm.
there's something that you're not into, right? So the next thing you know, you're into it and everything like that. And it was not a problem that you actually began with. So therefore, the blame is for you because of something that you didn't supposed to do, nor somebody did not make you privy of a situation, and then they don't want to try to blame you for something that you didn't even know what was happening. So therefore, when people blame people who have nothing to do with the problem at hand, that's why I can say that certain people do not take accountability for their actions. And I've seen that time and time again. And it's like at the point in my life, I'm just sick of it. I mean, I'll own up to my mistakes, and I know that I have to own up for what I did and everything. But then when certain people don't
Yeah.
own up to everything, they wonder why their relationships falter and such.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, unfortunately for some people, accountability is like kryptonite.
Yeah. Yes,
If
Irby,
if you know what I
those
mean.
are dogs in the background. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Now there are certain consequences whenever people don't take accountability, and this is particularly in the work environment. It first of all, it produces poor quality work. When team members aren't held accountable for project, the quality of the team work suffers. Okay,
right.
what's your thoughts on that point?
I mean, it's true because if you can't take accountability or anything, if a person doesn't take accountability for their actions, 9 times out of 10, their work is going to be shoddy. And then certain people are going to look at that person. They'll be like, okay, that person don't know how to actually build a team or work good in a team. So it could actually affect you in either bad ways if you keep doing that as a intended action to solve your problems and everything.
Okay, another issue when people fail to take accountability at work is inefficiency and decreased productivity, which means the following: a lack of accountability also causes issues with project timeliness and other deadlines. When team members don't adhere to deadlines, the entire organization works more slowly. Deliveries are late and less gets less work gets done, leading to lower productivity and lower profits.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
if you actually look at it, I was watching another successful YouTuber by the name of Mac Dojo, Mac Dojo, Mike, right?
Hmm.
So not only he was talking about a martial arts guy that was being a fraud or whatsoever the case may be, he was talking about how this guy did not really take accountability for defrauding his customers and was hanging around, hanging up on them and everything like that. And it turns out that he had similar practices before. So therefore, he thought that he was making money by doing that to some of the customers by defrauding them. And it just got to the point that this guy McDojo went up and just did what he did, and he just um, got these customers the money back and scolded the guy just for his thieving ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna, let me just give you a a personal story. I ordered a new laptop for myself because I needed to get a new upgrade of equipment, particularly when I do my live streams. So yes, they delivered the laptop. However, what was missing was the cord to charge the device.
Yeah,
So I called the company and I asked him, okay, can you ship me the missing item? No.
yeah,
So instead I'm in the process of trying to return a device that could have that I could have been using if they bother to install the cable with the laptop from the first place.
right. I mean,
So
I've had certain stuff that I might have had like a messed up on cord and stuff. I mean, sometimes I just looked at the model number of the laptop and I just order it on Amazon and then they have it.
mhm.
So sometimes it's
Well,
not really that big. It's not that really big. It's a bigger deal. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes it's not really that much a big deal if you could order as long as you got the model number of the laptop and then you just type in that model, say charger or whatever, and it should come up on Amazon.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I see here we have another guest. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Good
Hey,
evening,
Jose,
Ramon.
Armand, Armando, what's going on, guys?
Aquí Manzo, I'm in my secret location right now, so you know.
Uh, yeah, you're being chased by a dog somewhere. I keep hearing a dog barking, so
Yeah,
I don't know if it's really that serious.
yeah.
You found there.
It's like that's it's actually dogs fighting right now, but it's better because you can't copyright the dog sound, so I rather them fight.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. So what's going on? I understand that we're talking about accountability. Who's not taking accountability?
Yes.
It's just people in general.
Popular,
Yeah,
popular
just people in
opinion.
general.
Okay, okay. Well, it's like you were just talking about something that happened with your device that it didn't have like a power cord. I'm dealing with a situation with a situation with my car because I took it to I'm not gonna say the company. I took my car to get some maintenance done because I have to do the inspection. If it doesn't pass inspection, I can't renew my tag, right? So I get the place to do the inspection, get
Hmm.
fixed what needs to be fixed. But when I pick up my car back, it the handle for the door is partially broken. I mean that happens while it was with them. So now I'm dealing with that whole thing about trying to get them to fix it for me because it happened while my car was with them. So it's not my fault. The handle to my door was fine, but now it's partially broken. Now I have to be careful trying to open the door and I pull on the part that remains of the handle because I have to be careful with it because I don't want it to break all the way. So, but it happened while it was at the shop. So now I'm having to go back to them and get them to fix that for me. So at least they did not mean like okay, yeah, it happened while it was with us. Now I have to make sure that I contact the manager that was present that saw what happened, and hopefully they don't try to give me the runaround talking about that. That's my problem. So
Gotcha.
mhm.
I mean, me personally, I'm just like, yo, sometimes certain people don't take accountability, and it's to the point that it is what it is.
Hmm.
There's I'm not going to mention the person's name, but you're going to know their phenotype. You get what I'm trying to say, or whatever. The Washington Heights Yeti has yet to apologize for all the lies that have been spewed about me. You get what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
And it's even to the point that now this is the new lie, which is funny. How the heck you gonna go and say that my wife is Egyptian? I don't get that.
That she's Egyptian. What are they trying to say with that? I mean, there is nothing wrong with being
Exactly.
Egyptian.
Exactly. Like it's bad enough that certain people I could take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've taken it all my whole life. People doubting of who I am, it's whatever, right?
Hmm.
But just to go around and distinctly said, "Oh, you're eating hummus," and then on top of it, your wife is Egyptian. I'm like, it seems to me that that person is not even of a sound mind. Out of everybody to say that my wife is Egyptian, I'm like, please,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what. Well, somebody will have to explain to me how is that supposed to be a bad thing.
It's just it's just mainstream cowardice because people could put a big old front, but yet they will never meet you in person.
Uh,
And and the thing is, though, I'm not going to talk about another situation, but there's been a situation that let's just say a person that might have been talking about me, Gigi, and the angry biracial.
mhm.
Let's just say I found the doxer. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
and I finally find out what he looks like. So with that said, it's just that I'm just putting it out there. So I'm not gonna go and publish this person's name or anything like that because people who actually do the doxing are just miserable anyway. And the guy, he looks like he's miserable anyway. So therefore, you can see the why people want to resort to doxing or whatever because at the end of the day, they just want to feel power. When the fact is, they don't have power at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Again, we have talked about it. So there are just people that need your attention. Don't pay them any attention. You're just giving them what they want. I mean, to hell with them.
I mean, okay, well, to have Gigi just hit me up on Discord because I found some info. So I'm not gonna go and mention the person's name, but just hit me up in Discord and I'll tell you who.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about the whole Egyptian thing, I mean, I don't know what was supposed to, I have made a couple of them. I have made I worked with an Egyptian for a short time at my job, but she was kind of like she was more Middle Eastern because these days, many Egyptians are really Middle Eastern. So, and I was telling her, I mean, I would like to visit Cairo at some point in my life. I mean, and she was telling me that it's a little difficult to travel there right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see what happens. I would like for that to happen sometime. Hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In other news,
Yeah. Well, mhm.
Uh huh. What was that?
Yeah.
yeah. In
So,
other news,
so
all right,
okay.
all right. I don't know what is true or not. All right. So maybe y'all could confirm this for me. Did the orange gangster get arrested yet?
There was talk about that there was gonna be some kind of indictment, but I haven't heard anything about anything coming through. I mean, he himself said that they were trying to arrest him, and he was trying to create some type of drama. Maybe there could be some kind of indictment, but not necessarily that he's gonna be arrested. And he's trying to make it seem like it's some type of political persecution, trying to make himself either a martyr or a victim or whatever that is. He did say something. He announced that supposedly he was going to get arrested. Maybe he gets an indictment. An indictment is not an arrest. An indictment will be that he's going to have to go to court. But I haven't seen either or.
I mean, me personally, it's like, okay, everybody, they're sharing memes and stuff. I don't know if it's true or not,
Yeah.
but it's crazy. But one thing I got to say, even though I do not shot, well, you know what? I'm just going to say this. Shout out to the men that beat up
Mhm.
the colorful rat in in LA Fitness. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Shout out to those gentlemen. You did a good community service job, and that's
Well,
all I
I
got.
don't know because this is somebody who goes around running his mouth, making a lot of noise, trying to draw attention to himself, and a lot of people already don't like him because he's a big snitch. I mean, I mean, he put several people in prison with his snitching. He was singing like a fucking canary.
Yep.
So yeah, there are people that are gonna be mad at him. It's like,
I-
what do you
I'm,
call
I'm,
them? Downplay these cycles, obsessed with Trump, abusing their power, obsessed with even the scientists call them out. Cycles of even the yeah. Well, Trump is still not a victim. I mean, I'm not downplaying anything because I'm not I'm not completely sure about this whole notion or this whole thing about an indictment or somebody trying to abuse the power. I mean, if anything, okay, the Democrats do make a lot of noise, but historically, Republicans are usually they usually cower in front of the Republicans. I mean, they usually become their bitches. So yeah, they can make a little noise here and there, but they don't abuse shit like that. I mean, yeah, they enrich themselves and stuff, but against the GOP, they don't. They don't. They show who they are, and that is that they don't have a lot of power or backbone. They keep showing that. I will admit to that.
wow. I mean, me personally is this, right? If since everybody wants to play politics, Republicans, Democrats, and then now America hates each other just because of their political affiliation. This is one thing
Mhm.
that I'm saying, and it could make a lot of things better. This is what I propose. If y'all hate each other so much, instead of saying you slammed me and I slammed you with birdie words, for the people who are so militant and what's what. If you're so militant, a militant Democrat and a militant Republican, and y'all can't go in with words.
Can
Just,
barely hear you.
just
I can barely hear you.
oh, I was saying that for the Republicans and Democrats who are militant, just settle it in the boxing ring, all right? It'll make everything better.
Oh.
The reason why I say this is this. Y'all could go around and punch the hate out of each other all you want. Because it just, I mean, y'all gonna go do it to each other anyway when y'all see each other in the street. So therefore, why don't you just get paid for it? You get paid. You just go in the gym and say Republican, Democrat, just slug it out of you, and maybe y'all could be friends.
Well, usually that this is not a common thing for it to happen, but right now Republicans there are factions of Republicans against factions of Republicans. I mean, they're kind of split right now.
Exactly my point. So
Yeah.
therefore, if you have factions of Republicans against Republicans and factions against Democrats,
Mhm.
just settle it out in a boxing ring. That's all I gotta say. And just make it pure entertainment because that's what y'all doing for free anyway.
Yeah, Irby and Golden, you guys are mentioning Trump in Florida. Yeah, also those images of the Cubans that were kind of like waving the flag and wearing the stupid hat. I mean, yeah, I know he's popular with them, but there are gonna be the others that are gonna be going for the Santis too, and Trump don't like the Santis. So you see, that's what I'm saying. There are Republicans against each other. They're not as united as one would expect them to be.
Right. Well, this is my short stay and everything like that, so I'll see you later. And I might just make another scene while I'm in
All right, take
paradise.
care.
So I'll catch you later.
All right, then.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right,
You
take
too.
care. Okay. But
Hey,
so
Golden. Yeah,
Ramon,
I seen. What was that?
so when you gonna do a live stream?
Man, I wanted to. I'll respond to what Golden just said. In a moment. No, I have been wanting to do another live stream. It's just that today I'm not having so much of an issue with speaking. I have been dealing with this nagging cough for a while, and it makes it difficult for me to talk for a long time without feeling tight in my chest. And so I hope I can do something soon. I mean, I know that it takes me a while after a live stream to do another one, but it's just that I haven't been feeling 100% lately. But as soon as I can, I'm gonna be announcing something, and of course I'm gonna want you guys to come on up and join and comment, and we can hang out and all. So I'm hoping to do something soon. Yeah. And about what Golden was just saying, well, I
Okay.
mean, I understand what you're saying about the lockdowns and all of that, but that was up in the north. Remember, I'm in Texas. I didn't have to deal with no lockdowns. I mean, I feel for
Okay.
you.
Well,
I
that
feel
was not
for you
the,
guys in the north. Mhm.
well, that was not the situation for us here. I mean, we had curfews, we had lockdowns. Many of us worked remotely for a
Yeah.
while. We couldn't go gather in any sizable group at all. So it was rough on all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you know, sometimes I get asked the question: Are we ever going to return to normal? And this is the way that I see it. Um, are we going to go back to things it was prior to COVID-19? No. The best we
Yeah.
can do is, try to, you know, take care of ourselves. And, well, yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, yeah. No, the whole thing with New York is because of the whole density of the population that they got. That's why they got you with the lockdowns and the obligatory masks and the it being an endemic thing. It's most likely to remain like that. It may not be so much of a pandemic, but it may remain endemic, and that's just something that you're gonna have to manage because it's not gonna completely go away. It's it's unfortunate, but yeah.
Well, look, Gigi, those who have known, know that basically, I don't believe in shunning. I don't believe in dissing people who decide to wear a mask or not wear a mask or get vaccinated or don't get vaccinated. All I'm going to say is that be mindful of your actions and do what you can to reduce your exposure. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that certain people, you can't talk to them about precautions because they start kind of like playing victim, like you're trying to force something on them. They start calling you a communist or something like that. Look, we're dealing with a crisis here. It's a health crisis. I mean,
Well,
you don't have to necessarily politicize all of it. Yeah. There were um, some mess ups. I mean, how we got all the way from China into the country over here. I mean, there were some screw ups there, definitely. But the thing is that trying to not let people get back into that hysteria. I still remember how it got in 2020. Yeah.
yeah, I remember when my mother was hospitalized, God rest her soul, before she passed away. I couldn't go into the ER with her because of the situation with COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Golden, you're mentioning Cuomo. Well, nobody's really talking about that, but a part of me is just the whole Me Too thing. Yeah. Maybe he did something, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't really, but he got accused. So, yeah, he had to step down.
But that's the crazy part. He stepped down because of accusations of sexual harassment, but not how he
Yeah,
dealt with the nursing homes.
but not with how he dealt with nursing home.
Yes.
But what did
As
he do
far
with the nursing homes? My bad.
as far as hiding the figures of people dying from COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Oh, I see.
but
I see.
well, of course, on a happier note, uh, it is now 273 days until the first day of winter.
I don't care. Nah. We're still dealing with a little bit of cold from the last winter. You're already talking about the next winter. Come on, Jose. Let, let us enjoy better weather for a while, for a change.
First of all, we not had a decent winter in New York in years.
Ugh, okay. Uh-huh. All right. Are you still doing the overtime? Do they still got you working through the night?
Yes.
Uh oh man. I feel for you.
So
Hey, get paid.
yeah. So I'm doing 40 hours of overtime each week.
Just the overtime. God
Yes.
damn. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going to continue until next year.
Mm, I see. I see.
So, yeah. But getting back to um, why some people cannot deal with accountability. Um, it does require a certain amount of humility to admit where you made a mistake and own them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is
yeah, you
something
should
that,
own up to it. Mm-hmm.
yeah, which is something not everyone does.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm looking forward to Sunday's stream because I'm going to be talking about um, where the baby boomers got it wrong, part two. So
Hmm.
I also asked Denise to chime in.
Oh, she's gonna roast you. I'm sure he. I'm sure she'll do that. She's gonna roast you.
Well, look, well, you know what? Whether
Well, I
she
know that I'm
roasts
not.
me or not,
I know that I'm not. I don't have it because I did get tested recently. I mean, because I was having other symptoms that were associated with it, but I don't have it. Me was just environmental. It was more environmental and non-contagious. Uh, but yeah. At my job, it was like 20 different people that caught it. Thankfully, nobody passed away because of it.
hmm well, I know people who got COVID-19 and almost died.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there were people, unfortunately, folks that didn't make it. I couldn't do it. Yeah. It could have been any of us. It could have been any of us, and the people did get it, but they
The,
were able to recover, thankfully. Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, but there's another stream I'm going to be doing soon.
Hmm.
Guess what the title is going to be?
What is it?
The Victimization Olympics. The
Oh,
Victimization Olympics.
oh, who is more of a victim? Uh huh. All right. The victim Olympians. Yeah, there are people that just compete with each other, trying to see who is the bigger victim. Yeah, there are folks like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true because it seems like everyone is like a victim. Everybody, and I've seen it quite a bit on certain streams where some people get offended very easily, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So, of course, the whole process, single out anybody, but stick to the topic and see where we can get some solutions.
Hmm. Yeah. But do they want that? Do they really want that?
Yeah.
Because there are those that want to stay in the drama, complain, get attention. Has a lot to do with that, to be perfectly honest.
Now, this is what we say. Well, okay. Look, at this point, I suffer from a disease called I don't care itis.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't care?
because
I didn't hear.
yeah, because yeah, it's called I don't care itis.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, because look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss those topics on my channel that I feel it's appropriate. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
those who want to consume my content will do so. Those who do not like my content, you got millions of other YouTube creators that you can go and you can partake of their material, or you can create your own content yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's just, yeah. Look, to be perfectly honest, you have to be a little bit more daring, and you have to think out the bit. Okay, what do you think?
What was that? Yeah, you caught up. I didn't hear.
I said, I said sometimes you, I said sometimes you have to think outside the box when it comes to topics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, now I don't know whether I'm going to have an open panel or a closed panel. That's something I have to think about. Because I know that when I do it, I'm going to get some comments from the peanut gallery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The peanut gallery. All right. If I feel
Yeah.
better, I'm gonna try to do kind of like
Well,
an open
Denise.
topics tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what time?
No, not yet, not yet. It's gonna be sometime later in the afternoon. I'm gonna be busy during the day, so it's gonna be early afternoon. But if you, I don't know, it's just that maybe everybody's gonna be doing their own streams, so I'm gonna end up getting swallowed. Audience wise, because everybody else might do a live stream, so we'll see.
Well, I have the misfortune of doing a stream Sunday night, the same time Radical has his on, and the
Oh,
attendance was very poor, to say the least.
yeah. Sometimes it's bad timing. I've had to experience that myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it
So
goes.
yeah. So hopefully, Sunday stream will have a bigger, a more audience. Um, I know Denise once said that she wanted to participate to give her 2 cents, aka she wants to roast me alive. So yeah.
If you're gonna be talking about the baby boomers, definitely. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm. But look, the fact of the matter is, in every generation there have been um, things that each generation has done that were not all that great, and that they have to acknowledge when they mess up. So,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, when on Niece's last stream, she was showing some statistical data regarding single mothers and how they increased like in the 60s and the 70s. Unfortunately, those are during years where the baby boomers were raising children. So a lot of the crap that did happen under our watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we have to acknowledge that. Yeah, okay. Well,
Well,
thank you very much,
there were
Irby,
the
for
young.
stopping by.
Mhm. Yeah, well, there were the young people that went through the revolutionary '60s and all, and there were the boomers and all. You saw a lot of things. You went through a lot of stuff, and then there was the whole thing with Vietnam, that disaster. You had to experience that. So I wouldn't say it was all peaches and cream for you guys. You did have to experience some stuff. There were major
Yeah,
changes in society. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, some people have a hard time relating. Okay. I'm not gonna. I
Hmm.
mean, sometimes I struggle relating to the issues that the millennials and the Gen Z people deal with. It's just that their perspective is very different, and the fact of the matter is, the time is coming that we baby boomers must pass the baton to the younger generation and allow them to do what needs to be done, and they're going to make some mistakes along the way.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. All right. I'll see you, Ari. Take care.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see how soon I can. Let's see how soon
but
I can do one myself. I mean, I can't make any promises about tomorrow, but I would like to. But I will have it will have to be if I'm feeling better, because I haven't been 100% in the last few days. So we'll see. Yeah.
yeah.
And 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 you, Golden. Well, I know that you have done something here and there with your topics and all this. I will have to catch up. Yeah, you can join one of
Yeah.
our panels someday.
Yeah. It's a, I mean, she have interesting topics, and she also have to deal with a lot of crap thrown her way. I'm not gonna lie. And it's easy to criticize when you're not going through what they go through.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Now, one thing I am, one thing is between Denise and Rakim.
Not. I didn't hear. I didn't hear. What was that? You said something about Denise or Rakim?
I see. No, I'm just concerned. Yeah, I'm just concerned about things between those two.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine. They're just having some differences um about their views when it comes to the community, because as you know, well, um since Denise has married into the same community that somebody like Rakim belongs to, then she can say certain things, she can have an opinion, but there are disagreements. There are disagreements there. So that's something that they're gonna have to work out. So
Yeah.
they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They're both adults.
Yes,
I
that's
mean, they're
true.
not gonna have any ill will because of that. They'll be fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, now I did see the doctor regarding my left knee.
You're not having to get an operation, right? Is it all right?
Okay. The way the doctor described it, it's not a question if I'm gonna need surgery. It's when I'm gonna have it.
Hmm.
So I'm just taking things one day at a time. Um, but as we speak, I'm walking with the aid of a cane.
All right.
Yeah, but if you don't mind me asking, how is your lady?
Yeah, I was talking to her yesterday. It's just that she's taking care of some things. She can't be with me right now, but I'm trying to get her to kind of like, hey, come and visit. Come and visit. It's because she's taking care of some things up north. I mean, it's complicated. I can't get into that, but she's good. She's good. She's all right.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. We talk often, and I call her, and I can talk to her at any time. So it's not it's not like it's not like what somebody will assume. It's just that it's a complicated situation. That's why she can't be here with me at this time. Yeah, well,
It's
I can call
understandable.
her at any time though. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, yeah, it's understandable. It's
Hmm.
understandable. But you know, mhm.
And how about yours? How about yours? Haven't you brought it over yet? You still have to
Okay.
go over
Well,
there. You need to go over there. Is
that's
what you need to do. Yeah.
I know, but it's like, you know what? This is something I'm gonna have to discuss with her because it's like she wants me to wait until she comes over here, but then again, who knows when she's gonna come over here and everything like that. So I'm
Exactly.
just gonna keep a close eye
Mm-hmm.
because something is not adding up.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. I see.
So I'm just gonna take things slow and you know not rush it.
All right.
But yeah. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link one more time, briefly. If no one else joins the panel, then I'm gonna stop to wrap it up because I'm gonna be doing another 8 hours of overtime tonight.
Oh man. What time do you go in? At like midnight, something like that.
Midnight to 8 a.m.
You should be taking a nap. You should be taking a little nap, resting yourselves to get ready for that. Oh man. Hey, don't let yourself get worn out. That extra money is good and all, but still, you wanna get your rest.
Well, I do manage to take a nap now and then. Actually, tomorrow I'm taking the day off, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be home.
Okay, that's good. That's
So
good.
so so I'm gonna be able to get some rest. Now the niece is gonna have an interesting stream on Saturday night regarding bachelors.
If bachelor is the way, well, I mean, for some people, bachelorhood might be best. It's not
Yes,
for
I agree.
everybody. Just like maybe being married may not be for everyone. For everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have to admit that not being around slightly chilly winter is not for everyone either.
Slightly chilly weather. Uh huh. Okay. Let's not start with that because I know where that's going. But no, I mean, weather is supposed to be warming up now, as it should. I mean, it's already March. It should be warming up.
Yeah. Well, it's 57 degrees outside New York.
That's okay. That's all right. It's 80 degrees down here. I love it.
That's the problem.
That's good. That's getting back to normal. That's good. Man.
Well, I remember the good old days when you can count winter when it could go down to near zero a few days. Now that was winter.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure wouldn't have been interested. Wouldn't have been too interesting. No.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Well, think of all the fun you can do. You can go ice
No.
skating, you can go ice fishing, you can play ice hockey.
Don Jose, I can't even breathe cold air. It makes me sick. I can't. So no.
Well, in any case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop to wrap this up. So we're gonna hear from the lover of cold,
No.
the king of freeze.
Mm.
Who wants to go to Alaska in wintertime wearing shorts? Who wants to go Times Square to watch the ball drop in a bathing suit? Who wants to go to Coney Island and swim on New Year's Day? The introvert Boricua.
Yeah. I don't know who you got me confused with, Jose. You got me confused with a polar bear or a seal or whatever. It's not my thing. You know that. You know that. But still, of course, first I want to make sure to let you know that I appreciate you letting me be up on your panel. I know that I didn't come up here from the very beginning, but I do appreciate letting me adding my 2 cents to the subject about the whole thing being accountable. Hey, many of us, most of us, usually can't avoid accountability because that's part of being an adult. That's part of living in the real world. Those that don't take accountability, they're in la la land. They don't live in the real world like the rest of us. Uh, they not taking accountability can affect other people. Then they should be brought to task. So, hey, anybody that is an adult, take accountability. Most of us have to. That's part of living in the real world. That's part of being an adult. That's all I can say when it comes to that. When it comes to the subject, it's very simple. It's straightforward like that. But I can assure you, I can assure you, those that don't take accountability, they're just showing that they're not the adults like they pretend they are. There are people that can be old. They can be old in age, still not taking accountability and showing no maturity, no real maturity. We'll see what we can do with them, if there is anything to do with them.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks again for having me on your panel, and most likely we're gonna be talking again soon. And have a good one, Don Jose, and panel too.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say my final thoughts. Holding accountability is just simply owning up to whenever we do something wrong and being humble enough to acknowledge that, being wise enough to learn from it, and being extra wise to avoid making the same mistakes. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Irby, Gigi, the future for appearing in the chat. Also want to give a huge shout out to Donamando and the intro Perica. I really appreciate all you stopping by. Just a reminder, Sunday night at 9:30 p.m., I will be discussing the topic where baby boomers got it wrong, part 2. So we're going to have a discussion regarding where the baby boomers messed up and how we can do better, but more importantly, how can we own up to our mistakes and give a positive example to younger generations. So I appreciate all of you. And of course, all of you are welcome to comment after the stream is over. I just want, as I said it before, tonight I'm letting people share it if they wish, because it is an important topic. Um, that being said, I'm just going to say, let us be good to each other, people. And thank you very much for your time. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And I wish you all a good night. Take care and peace.